2, 3, launch. 2, 3, launch. And those who sought our harm felt the consequences firsthand. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz asked to visit Israel. We met, and after this visit, I can tell you that Germany wants to purchase more and more systems from us. Anti-Semitism is once again raising its ugly head, and it is doing so with even greater intensity. The threat of nuclear weapons, the threat of atomic bombs on Israel, and the threat of tens of thousands of ballistic missiles. I say this to all citizens of Israel. Since the October 7th attacks, we have soared to new heights of strength and deterrence throughout the Middle East. Our planes, helicopters, and UAVs fly freely across the region's skies, striking those who have risen up to destroy us. The axis of evil, led by Iran, has encircled us with a deadly ring of fire and terror. The horrific massacre in the Gaza envelope was, for our enemies, only the opening stage of what they called the plan to destroy Israel. That is its official name, the plan to destroy Israel. But we had other plans. On the second day of the war, I said, we will change the face of the Middle East. Thanks to the bravery of our fighters on land, at sea, and in the air, thanks to the air and ground crews, both regular and reserve, thanks to the steadfastness of the people and all the citizens of Israel, thanks to the resolute decisions we made at the political level, thanks to all these, in 24 months of war, we have indeed changed the face of the Middle East. We dealt crushing blows to those who sought our lives on 7 fronts. We changed the fate of our country, which is the most challenged nation in the world. We achieved tremendous accomplishments that left an indelible mark on the international stage. Underground, above ground, and up to the heights of the sky, the generation of victory has removed existential threats from us. The central role of the Air Force in this historic campaign could fill entire volumes on the shelves of military literature. We have all certainly listened to the very concise order countless times. Simple and compelling, you can join me. 2, 3, launch. 2, 3, launch. And those who sought our harm felt the consequences firsthand. Tens of thousands of sorties, tens of thousands of strikes, tens of thousands of cursed murderers with whom we settled the score. At the same time, our air defense systems intercepted the vast majority of enemy missiles. I'm sure you know that the German army purchased the Arrow 3 system from us for missile defense. This was already in the works before the war, but thanks to the remarkable achievements in the War of Independence, something else happened. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz asked to visit Israel. We met, and after this visit, I can tell you that Germany wants to purchase more and more systems from us. And I'll tell you more than that, other important countries around the world are lining up as well. We need to understand the magnitude of the historic transformation that has taken place here. 80 years after the Holocaust that destroyed European Jewry, weapons developed by the Jewish state are now protecting the skies of Europe. I think there is no stronger testimony to the tremendous change we have brought about in the history of our people, in the fate of our people. From a helpless people who were led to the crematoria, we have become a people who defend themselves, who overcome their enemies, and we must be grateful for that even today. The hatred of Israel that has accompanied us for thousands of years, this hatred has not disappeared from the world. Anti-Semitism is once again raising its ugly head, and it is doing so with even greater intensity. And today, it is directed not only against the Jewish people, but also against the state of Israel. Those leading this hatred against us around the world are the radical Shiite axis led by Iran and the radical Sunni axis, under the leadership of the Muslim Brotherhood. But when our enemies attack us, the price we exact from them is immeasurably greater. In the War of Independence, and especially during the 12 days of Kalbi, I chose this name because I said, there is no Kalbi, but Kalbi has arisen. During those 12 days, we proved to the whole world what true superiority is. Our Thai aircraft completely dominated the skies over Tehran, just like Operation Focus, which opened the Six-Day War. The opening strike of Operation Kalbi is already being studied in leading military academies. And believe me, there is a lot to learn. I want to emphasize, Israel's air superiority in the Middle East is a cornerstone of our national security. This superiority is achieved through two components. First, our truly outstanding and highly skilled pilots and navigators, and second, the very best and technologically advanced aircraft in the world with which we provide our forces. You hear in the Air Force, in the course, in everything you do. Continue your successful efforts to train the pilots and navigators, both men and women, who are the best in the world, and on our part, we will continue our efforts to equip our wonderful pilots with the finest tools. I will also add that we are preventing those who must be prevented from obtaining these tools. In Operation Dogs, we removed from ourselves two existential threats that cannot be underestimated. The threat of nuclear weapons, the threat of atomic bombs on Israel, and the threat of tens of thousands of ballistic missiles. I want to thank our friend President Trump for his cooperation in the operation in the attack on the nuclear facility in Fordo, as well as for the unprecedented cooperation in defending Israel's skies. And despite this, ladies and gentlemen, despite the show of strength that resonated throughout the region around us, we are not resting on our laurels, not even for a moment. Our enemies may be licking their wounds, but they are seeking to rearm themselves in order to strike us again. I am referring to Hamas in Gaza. Today we experienced another attack from them, and they openly declare that they have no intention of disarming. This is in complete contradiction to President Trump's 20-point plan. Similarly, regarding Hezbollah in Lebanon, they too have no intention of disarming, and we are addressing that as well. The Houthis in Yemen, with whom our account is also not yet settled, and of course, Iran itself. As these old threats change form, new threats are emerging. Evening and morning, we do not seek confrontations, but we remain vigilant against every possible danger. We will continue to acquire essential equipment, and at the same time, we will arm ourselves independently. I don't know if there is such a thing as a country that is completely independent, but we will strive to ensure that our armaments are produced as much as possible in the state of Israel, and that includes some of the aerial platforms. These are not just words. A few weeks ago, together with the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Finance, and the teams present here, I approved a total of 350 billion shekels over the next decade to build an independent armaments industry for the State of Israel. We want to reduce our dependence. With every factor, even among friends, the best minds in the defense industries are working on developing weapon systems that will ensure Israel's advantage on the future battlefield. The State of Israel has emerged from the War of Independence stronger than ever before. We have established our status as a regional power and in certain areas as a global power, and this brings many other countries closer to us. They come to us because they have internalized a simple rule. Alliances are made with the strong, not with the weak. And peace is made with the strong, not with the weak. That is why expanding the circle of peace is at the top of our agenda. I won't elaborate on this because the less we talk about it, the better we'll do and the more results we'll achieve. To you, graduates of Air Force Course 191, I know you are well equipped, with the best skills to succeed in the mission of defending our skies. I also know that you are fully aware of the challenges you will encounter along the way. When you hear the command scramble, you'll be required to get into the cockpit within seconds. And there, in the cockpit, you may seem to be alone with a small crew. But in reality, I want you to know that you are never alone. The entire IDF stands behind you, the whole nation stands behind you. The entire nation hopes for your success and trusts you. We all salute you. Protect us, protect yourselves, and return to us, God willing, covered in glory, covered in victory. Thank you very much.